disability justice is kind of um, the framework that speaks the most to me right now, and the one that kind of I feel like I'm the most aligned with. And so kind of like diving into um, the chapter that I'm writing for the book, which is kind of about um, like my narrative of how I started out wanting to teach gen ed, and then somehow randomly ended up in teaching special ed, um, and kind of the things that I I would like more gen ed teachers to be aware of as far as like special education, and the way that it's identified and like the different laws and things around disability. Um, and then we had some conversations with or had some a conversation with Camille and Maggie last week um, about starting my draft for the chapter. And Maggie asked some really good questions about because I was going to focus kind of like on the legal aspect of like IDEA and 504 and all those different um, legal aspects around special education, and she kind of helped me to think more critically about um, like how we can do things that maybe don't require law that we can help to change um, the framework for how we see disability and advocating for people with disabilities um, outside of a state kind of framework. And so it's really helped me um, to think of different ways that I can kind of be an advocate um, and fight for disability justice. I have three paraeducators in my classroom, and like at first I didn't really know like how to work with them and how to kind of manage them. And I feel like I got a little bit more confident with that in terms of like working as a team and kind of being the leader of that team, as well as being a teacher, which is a lot to kind of deal with. And so that kind of helped a lot. Um, and then kind of just like wanting to dive more into um, like how I can really identify what I want to do as a teacher and how I can like speak with my colleagues because um, I think like in any school there's a lot of um, sort of deficit language, especially around kids with disabilities, um, and a lot of frustration with the process of how like the special education works and how the referral process works, and like learning more about that and learning more about the process for how that works has helped me to speak more confidently about like why we have to do things the way we do, and also has helped me to be more of like an advocate for my students and for other students who might have disabilities, um, and like being able to help people focus on their strengths and to look at what the students can do, um, and something that I want to really focus on more next year. I don't know if I'm still waiting for future questions, but like just wanting to help my colleagues and other teachers um, kind of create learning environments around like the UDL ideology and things like that, that will help to sort of like eliminate or reduce the disabilities in the environment. Is kind of one of my goals that I'm thinking about for next year and beyond. Yeah, I feel like special education is something that's really feels like a kind of a calling for me. Um, I know that like a lot of people are like, "Oh my gosh, you're such a whatever kind of person, such an angel for being in
Yeah.
special education." But to me, like I've taught general ed too. I did it in summer program last year, and like I feel like I don't know, I feel like the special ed is more just feels better for me. Um, and doing the general ed, I feel like I give a lot more praise to the gen ed teachers who have to manage 25 kids at once, um,
Mhm.
all at the same time. And I mean, yeah, my kids are more difficult in some ways to teach and they have a lot more needs, but um, like being able to really individualize their program and teach them exactly what they need based on like where they are, what their strengths are, it just feels like a nice fit for me.